social integration and in the shortest possible time. That is the wish of all patients who, based on different indications, have problems with speaking, breathing or the swallowing process. The objective is the restoration of a myofunctional equilibrium. In cooperation with speech therapists, Heimomed has developed help aids such as this logo click. In just 2 weeks, users have experienced great success, whilst at the same time receiving training in the use of the logo click at home. For a long time, extensive therapy meetings were necessary in order to impart complicated practice procedures. Now, far fewer hours are often required for individual training programs to be worked out. Logo Click and Logo Roll are innovative developments that quickly help users to rectify their limitations.
Ja, Probleme waren Essen, Trinken.
My problems were eating, drinking, speaking. No more communication without prior announcement and with everyone quiet. That just about sums it up. In situations where I feel nervous, I cannot breathe properly. The result is that I also cannot speak properly. Then I draw too much breath. Thomas Kühner had to undergo a partial resection of the larynx. The post-operative situation, aspiration of fluids and reduction of vocal function leading to loss of voice. Until now, the work of the speech therapist was based on the objective introduction of exercises to patients, which they could only implement individually and to a very limited extent. Using new therapy aids, we can now achieve a much broader spectrum and, above all, have the ability to construct for the patients a therapy program much more quickly and individually. One of these new help aids is the Logo Click, a therapeutic and training device to regulate and improve defective speaking and swallowing. The Logo Click is extremely versatile. All required exercises can be performed with this spoon-like item, which can be individually adjusted to suit each patient. Its function is to support the resisting movement technique and performance modification training. It also helps them to regain the ability to coordinate functions without limitation and to strengthen the muscles of the mouth and throat. The versatility of the Logo Click is illustrated very clearly with these tongue exercises. The crosswise and lengthwise fascias of the tongue muscles should be activated so as to accomplish regulated movements. Single fibers are stimulated in such a way that they work together in a controlled manner. The adjustable lip of the spoon-like structure helps to achieve specific movement patterns in the orofacial muscles, which are difficult to realize with conventional resistance techniques. A further advantage of the Logo Click is that patients can train themselves with it. We have developed 2 new help aids for our product range, the Logo Click and the Logo Roll. The Logo Roll is a therapy device which can be ideally used at home as well as for advanced therapy. The Logo Click is purely a diagnosis and therapy device with which the patient can work individually. The second innovation is the Logo Roll, consisting of 2 Heimomed spheres. One has a diameter of 12 millimeters, the other 16 millimeters. The larger sphere is used first. Then, when muscular movements become finer and more coordinated, the smaller sphere is used. In order to avoid aspiration procedures, the spheres are fixed with a clip onto the patient's clothing near the mouth. The usage areas of the Logo Roll are comparable to those of the Logo Click. Prominent aspects here also are muscle build-up and coordination of movement. An additional advantage is that the spheres are small and discreet. When used in practice sequences, they go unnoticed. At the same time, the taste buds can also be trained, with honey or juice placed directly on the spheres. Intensive use of the Logo Roll, together with cryotherapy, guarantees a significantly faster success for patients. Following a short introduction by a specialist, the Logo Roll can be used without difficulty for self-help and, above all, for ongoing training at home. Most patients quickly integrate their individual Logo Roll program into their daily routine. I use them mostly in the evenings whilst watching television. No one notices at all that you're working with them. Nowadays, it's not a matter of going out jogging, having to first pull yourself together. You just clip them onto your collar and use them. And in just 4 weeks, you notice that the Logo Rolls have really built up the muscles in the mouth. Swallowing is much easier. And quality of life has improved again due to strengthened muscles.
Es ist sehr praktisch, dass ich das Gerät überall mit hinnehmen kann.
I find it very practical that I can carry the device with me everywhere. If I'm on a long walk and don't feel I'm being observed, then I use it. When at home, I use it as often as possible. And when the waiting room isn't too full, it can be used there too. I use it whenever and wherever possible. And I can only recommend that all those affected should train their tongue, just as I do. Logo Click is practical, individually adjustable and easy to use. The lip section can be moved, fixed or removed. The device combines a multitude of practice styles. Logo Roll consists of 2 spheres securely fixed onto nylon fibers using surgical stitching principles. It acts as a mobility device attached to the user by means of a safety clip. For patients with phase 2 dysphagia, we have found 2 possibilities for stimulation to help the patient in conjunction with cryogeotherapy, thereby stimulating the curves of the palate. Logo PAL is a stimulator used in cases of dysfunctional palate. Both devices are made from stainless steel. With round and flat sides, various reflexes can be activated. In my work with patients, both in the areas of oncology and rehabilitation, and also with outpatient care, I have quite simply stated that new devices have to be introduced into this market area in order to offer patients individual possibilities for rapid rehabilitation. Together with Heimomed, 3 new help aids have been developed. With these, the patients can aim for successful therapy results in a relatively short time. Until now, speech, swallowing and vocal dysfunctions were able to be treated only very inadequately with conventional help aids and therapy styles over a long time span. This was a situation which, for those affected, was a great encumbrance, leading frequently to social isolation. With new developments, Heimomed is able to aim for rapid, successful therapy for its patients and guarantee a speedy return to their earlier lifestyles. Logo Roll, Logo Click and Logo PAL, the help aids for restoration of myofunctional and orofacial balance.